আমাদের জাতির ভেতরে এমন কিছু রয়ে গেছে যেটা যত শাস্তি দিই, যত কিছু দিই, ওটা বোধহয় ওটার বীজ বোধহয় আমাদের মধ্যে থেকে যাবে। এই বীজ থেকে আমরা কিভাবে মুক্তি পাই, এটি আজকের জানার বিষয়, আমাদের চ্যালেঞ্জের বিষয়। এটা কয়েকটা কাগজের সংস্কার না, এটা মনের গভীরতর জায়গার সংস্কার। মানুষ হিসেবে আমাদেরকে নিজেদের কাছে পরিচিত করা, যে আমরা মানুষ বলতে আমরা নিজেদের কি বুঝাই সেটা করা। জুলাই আমাদের পুনর্জন্মের মাস। এটা শুধু স্বৈরাচারী মুক্তির মাস না, কতগুলো আঙ্গিক বিষয়, কতগুলো প্রলেপ বিষয়, এটা দিয়ে আমরা মনে করি যে আমরা কাজ করে ফেলেছি। সেখান থেকে যদি আমরা বিদায় করে মনে করি যে কাজ হয়ে গেছে, তাহলে আমরা বড় ভুল কাজ করলাম। আমাদের আগামীতে এখনো সুযোগ আছে। জুলাইয়ের শিক্ষা এখনো আমাদের কাছে তাজা আছে। মাঝে মাঝে ভয় হয় এই শিক্ষা ক্ষয়ে যাবে, ভুলে যাব, আবার অতীতের মতো ভাষা রপ্ত হয়ে যাবে, আবার সেই ভাষা ব্যবহার করব, আবার সেই ব্যাখ্যা ব্যবহার করব। সেই দিকে যাতে আমাদের যেতে না হয় আর কোনো দিন, এই পথ একেবারে বন্ধ করে দেওয়া। এই পথের কোনো ঠিকানা আমরা যাব না, আমাদের নতুন পথ রচনা হবে, সেই পথের দিকে আমরা যাব, সেই আমাদের কমিটমেন্ট। আজকে জাতিসংঘ যে ভূমিকা পালন করেছে সেটা স্মরণ করার জন্য আমরা এখানে এসেছি, তাদেরকে ধন্যবাদ দেওয়ার জন্য এসেছি। আমি সেই কথাগুলো বলি। Distinguished guests, honorable political leaders, colleagues, friends, and my dear friend Huma Khan. Today we gather to mark the first anniversary of the July uprising, a moment of profound significance in the history of our nation. It was a moment when thousands of Bangladeshis, men and women, most of them young, stood up against tyranny and reclaimed the dignity and future of our country. Their courage spoke not only for our people, but for humanity. On this historic occasion, I wish to recognize the steadfast support of the international community, particularly the United Nations, which has always stood beside Bangladesh, beginning from the War of Independence in 1971, coming to the Rohingya crisis, and again during the dark days of July and August last year. In the aftermath of the Second World War, the United Nations set out to define and defend the inalienable rights of all human beings, irrespective of race, religion, sex, or status. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights emerged as a moral compass for our world, and its principles have been embedded in our own constitution, Bangladesh's constitution. Yet, over the past 16 years, these rights were repeatedly denied to our citizens. Our institutions were captured, freedoms were curtailed, violence became the prime tool of governance. Last July, our society stood united in rejecting this reality. The people of Bangladesh reclaimed their rights with clarity, resolve, and immense bravery. Immediately after the establishment of the interim government in August last year, I formally requested the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights of the United Nations to conduct an independent fact-finding mission to investigate allegations of human rights abuses between July 1 to August 15. We believed that immediately an impartial and credible accounting of the truth was essential, not for justice alone, but also for healing. The UN High Commissioner's report, released in February 2025, revealed the staggering scale of the atrocities, an estimated 1,400 lives lost in just a few weeks. The report described the violence of systemic, directed, and coordinated from the highest level of the previous regime. It raised urgent concerns about potential crimes against humanity. These findings have been further corroborated by international investigative journalism and inspired the reports by the BBC and Al Jazeera. We are grateful to the Office of the High Commissioner for not only documenting these abuses, but for offering a comprehensive set of recommendations to help ensure that such violations never happen again. We have taken these recommendations to our heart, not out of obligation to others, but out of responsibility to ourselves. Since assuming office, our government has begun implementing wide-ranging reforms. We have amended the Code of Criminal Procedure and acceded to the International Convention for the Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance. Earlier this month, we signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Office of High Commissioner of Human Rights to establish a facilitating mission in Dhaka. This mission will provide technical support for reform initiatives, as well as capacity building for government institutions, local authorities, and civil society actors working to safeguard most precious thing, human rights. From the earliest days of the interim government, the United Nations has been a vital partner in our transition. I thank the Secretary General Antonio Guterres, a wonderful friend of Bangladesh, for his unwavering support and for his solidarity and his visit to Bangladesh in March of this year. I also extend my deep appreciation to High Commissioner Volker Turk, the members of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, fact-finding team, Ms. Gwen Lewis, the UN Resident Coordinator, and of course my friend Huma Khan, Senior Human Rights Advisor, for their extraordinary and historical contributions. Our work is far from finished. Alongside our reform agenda, we are pursuing legal accountability for those responsible for gross violations. But justice is not only about punishment. Justice is also about ensuring that the state power can never again be used to suppress, silence, or destroy its own people. We are working to build a broad national consensus around a renewed political system. These are not just words. These are something to be embedded in our heart. One that delivers inclusive, participatory, and credible elections. The goal is clear: to establish a society where all Bangladeshis can live in peace, with freedom, with dignity and with pride. As we reflect on the past year, we remember those who gave their lives in pursuit of that vision. Their sacrifice paved the way for a new chapter in our history. They created a new Bangladesh. That's their dream. This is rooted in hope, human rights, and democratic principles. On behalf of the people of Bangladesh, I thank the United Nations for standing with us in our darkest hour. And I look forward to the continued partnership as we move forward. Thank you, United Nations. And thank you, Huma Khan. Thank you all. Allah Hafiz.